We've got 3 night games, and you are going to give us some hitter props for each of these, beginning with the Mets and the D-backs.
Yeah, sort of hitter props for each of these. The Rockies-Padres was more of a collective Rockies lineup angle, but for the most part, we'll just look at a couple hitters that stand out. I'll pull up. Actually, I'll just pull up the hitter projections. Rather, I was gonna say I'll pull up the game predictions, but for baseball, it's not quite as expansive there. So we'll pull up Mets and D-backs first because there's a pretty cool angle in this one. I think if you do a little bit of line reading from the model, combining the multiple tools on site. I don't know if we're going to see any home runs in this one. It's low 40s in New York tonight. Odds are all north of about plus 550, which should tell you something that even the books don't think there's going to be much slugging going on. Obviously possible. Could be a sneaky play in there, but there should still be some good offense. Mets lineup has been hitting pretty well. And they've got a potentially exploitable matchup here against Arizona's Eduardo Rodriguez. He's been pretty good so far this year. Hasn't given up an earned run in 2 starts yet, but our model does project him with a 51.1% probability to go over 2.5, which is notable because he's not given up any, and we're projecting him for almost 3+. So I was looking at the top RBI probabilities when I was writing up an article earlier, and it's all pretty tight here for the Mets. They've all got pretty similar contributions from the guys at the top of the order as well. About 5 or 6 RBIs for pretty much this whole stretch of guys here. But it's Mark Vientos who mostly catches my eye. He's got an RBI in 5 of his last 6. All 5 of his have come in the past week. He's hitting 370 early on this season, and he's dominating lefties. It's a small sample size, but he's got 5 hits and 1 home run in 8 at-bats against left-handed pitchers. Top overall RBI probability tied here with Francisco Alvarez, 28.9%. Likely will hit 5th in the lineup, facing a lefty, which is right behind the Mets on base percentage leader, Luis Robert. Add in the Diamondbacks bullpen ERA of 5.77 so far this season. Vientos gets a pretty good spot to stay hot, drive home another run, even if they don't get it off of Erod. Other guys I think you could look at, Bo Bichette. He's our top guy for a hit, top for 2+ hits, and been pretty much automatic in this lineup. Their best hitter, basically. Most likely for 2+ right behind him, Francisco Lindor. Both of those guys would be plus money for 2+ bases. Obviously, Erod has been pretty good, but the model projects some overs for him today. Arizona bullpen gives us some upside. I like Vientos as a straight RBI play. I've got him in a little triple sport parlay that I put on site. But I think you can maybe play a nice little kind of lineup SGP of Bo Bichette, Lindor, and Vientos here to have some nice production. Maybe an RBI for Vientos, 2+ bases for the other 2 guys. Certainly in play tonight with the weak Arizona bullpen and our model basically on the Erod fade train.
I am all aboard the fade the Erod train. This situationally reminds me of something I just watched with my favorite baseball team, the Tigers, just last night. Framber Valdez, our big offseason acquisition through 2 starts, was lights out. 1 earned run in 12 innings pitched. He was just dominant. You're like, this guy can't be touched. He came in and got rocked, gave up 6 earned in the first inning of his 3rd start. I feel like it's only a matter of time. Very small sample size, of course. Erod's a great pitcher, but when you got a really, really hot start, sometimes those are the best guys to fade. If the model is sort of inclining us to believe tonight could be the night against a pretty loaded Mets lineup, I'm all aboard the fade train for that one. Okay, you want to go to Royals, White Sox next? What do you got there?
Yeah, this is the game. If you're looking at a singular game for home runs, probably this one for me, with the caveat that Kauffman Stadium's not the best park for home runs. It's gotten a little better with some of the offseason renovations they did. They brought the fences in about 10 feet or something like that. Hasn't totally resulted in a barrage of home runs yet. That is a league-wide thing we're seeing. Saw a few things today from some really good baseball minds out there, on social and stuff. Ballpark Pal had a really good little insight onto what's going on with the balls and home runs. And general consensus seems to be that it's more pitcher tendency related, trying not to throw the balls that are going to get hit, acknowledging that every start of the season is different. It's been very cold everywhere, and things should change at some point, particularly when we get into the warmer weather. But it is a league-wide thing with home runs just not flying. I think teams are averaging less than one per game, which is like decade level lows. So should come around, obviously. But for now, we're trying to navigate that by picking the best matchups. And in this one, I think you've got pretty much the best weather in our favor. Could be some rain later in the game, possibly leading to a delay in the later innings, but it shouldn't be a problem earlier on. Temperatures in the mid to high 70s. So little bit of moderate wind blowing out, according to the forecast. So things should line up pretty well here. Anyway, let's look at Bobby Witt first. His home run probability is not very high, right here around 12%. Facing the White Sox, Anthony Kay, who is projected to give up the most earned runs today, about 2.6. Career ERA of 5.44. Before this season, hadn't pitched in the majors since 2023. Given up a home run in each of his 2 starts this year. His really only redeeming quality is a pretty high percentile for a ground ball rate, or percentage at 73rd percentile ground ball percentage. So he doesn't always give up the fly ball, but still has a home run in each of his first 2 starts. But he is also bottom 3rd in exit velocity, barrels, hard hit ball. So all factors that contribute towards hitting home runs. Righties have the advantage versus him as far as matchup. And Bobby Witt and Salvador Perez were the top probabilities here as far as right-handed hitters are concerned. Witt's still looking for his first home run of the season. Salvy's got 2. Salvy's only hitting like 154. Bobby Witt's not raking, but even if you got a little bit of power, it's kind of hard for me to get behind a guy who, with his average is not getting a hit in every game, hitting less than a hit per game. So just kind of concerning there, I guess. You're welcome to take Salvi if you want. But for a moderate, very nominal probability difference, these were even closer. It was about 0.1% difference earlier. I would just lean towards the better hitter, which is Bobby Witt, even though he hasn't quite been getting the power underneath it this year. He also hits K's primary pitch mix a little bit better. Fair odds would be around plus 700 for him, so you're not going to get any value on him. But the situation sets up pretty well for Bobby Witt. He should be getting home runs sooner than later. He's a very, very good hitter and should have a good matchup tonight with the White Sox. And then on the other side, he's our top probability in this game, Munetaka Murakami. He's got 4 home runs through his first about 10 or 11 games. Not hitting super, super well outside of that, like 205, but he's slugging pretty well. And he's getting a pretty decent matchup here with Seth Lugo for the Royals. Career worst 27 home runs given up by Seth Lugo last year. Worsening trend his continuing a trend of his past 3 seasons, all having his worst home run total. He used to only be like a single digit home run guy. He's given up, I think 16, 17, and 27, or 16, 19, and 27 over his past 3 years. Got a bit of an advantage for lefties against him over the past several seasons in almost the same number of at-bats. He's given up 40 home runs versus lefties compared to 21 versus righties. And you got a pair of lefties here at the top of the board in Murakami and Montgomery. Hasn't given up a home run yet this season. Been a little lucky according to StatCast. 3 of the balls he's hit, big fly balls, would be a home run in a third of parks. So getting a little bit lucky with where they're being hit. His primary pitch mix is curveballs, 4-seamer, and then he mixes like a sinker, cutter, changeup, about the same amount. And Murakami's got probably the better batted ball profile this year. Montgomery hit those pitches really well last year, but he doesn't have much like fly ball pop so far this season. Murakami is like 90th percentile in barrels. He's hitting the ball really hard. Got 4 home runs in his rookie season. So lines up pretty well for him tonight. I played both of them, little 2-legger, Murakami and Bobby Witt. I think those are the best guys in this particular game. Caveat being you're not really getting anything close to fair odds here. Murakami, his odds went down a little bit from this morning when I published an article on this. And for both of them, you want between like plus 600 and plus 700. If you got a boost and you can make one of them an edge play, probably a pretty good straight bet to make, though.
Yep. Yeah. I love Murakami. He came out the gates on fire in that Milwaukee series. Dinger, dinger, dinger. And then it's been quiet week or so since, but I believe in the pop there. But you're right. Odds are not exactly where you want them to be with some of these guys, especially given the Lugo matchup tonight. But hey, that's what happened. All right. How about Padres Rockies, the third game of the evening? What do you see here?
Frankly, I don't see very much hitter wise. Just not like the most exploitable pitching matchups. Not massive edges, at least on either team side here. The over looks pretty decent. Actually, 56.7%, 4.7% edge over 7.5. Two lineups that, do have good hitters and home run pop in them. Just not the best pitching matchups, I guess. Did see this though. Thought it was worth calling out. We got an edge on Randy Vasquez over 2.5 earned runs, just over 51% here, but pretty good plus 133 odds. He's been really good so far. But the Rockies got a top 6 offense versus right-handed pitchers so far. Scored 4+ in 4 straight games. So this is pretty solid value with a few trends to back it up without having to invest in any one particular hitter. But little bit, I think, pretty mild temperatures as far as anything is concerned, or weather in general in San Diego. Nothing particularly good or bad as far as home runs are concerned. Just not like the pitching matchups that you drool over or anything. But there's some pretty good value here on this particular prop with some pretty good trends for the Colorado Rockies offense, believe it or not.
Love it. Okay, wait a second. Keep this screen up because I'm currently doing one of my absolute favorite things to do, Dave. We're going to look at a little reverse correlation parlay. All right. Randy Vasquez, under 4.5 hits allowed, over 2.5 earned runs allowed, 9-1 at DraftKings Sportsbook.
It's pretty good. All you need is a walk, a hit, and a dinger.
Yeah,
how about out of there?
Walk, boom. There you go.
There you
go. Off 91. But no, that's interesting. I feel like this was a nice, even though it was a small slate tonight, like you kind of just showcased the perfect way to use dimers and all of the data that this model has to offer every single night, right? You can look into a game and not really know where you're looking, or you can have an idea of what you want to bet and just fact check it by the model. But, we just found some props that show significant edges in other games. This one, it's like, I don't really know where to go. Let's see what the model says. Okay, there's some value looking at Randy Vasquez, a couple different ways you could bet it. And I love to find things, even if it is sort of the reverse correlation, like I just discussed. Like if you get plus money, significant edge in a couple different areas, sometimes Dimers has the game script, man. I've seen it happen before. And you can thread the needle and hit some of these longer tickets. So I'm going to throw a little, maybe half a unit on that 9-1 reverse correlation Randy Vasquez tonight. We'll see if it comes to fruition.
You can get extra crazy and try to nail down one of the guys who gets an RBI. But that's the thing, though, right? You try to script it. Obviously, you're incorporating a ton more risk that way. But if you can find the things that work in tandem with one another, one way or the other.
Yep. All right. And try Dimers Pro for us. 3-day free trial. Get it only on the app. If you like it, you'll want it long term. And we've got a code for you then. You can reach out to Dave and he'll help you get set up with Dimers Pro.